So, hello there, everybody. I hope you're well and I hope you're having a lovely day. I don't know what day you're going to see this, but this is a pre recorded video. It's myself and Rachel, another incredible lady that I have met through the most incredible program that I've been doing for the last number of months. So, Rachel is from America. America is a huge
California,
place.
yeah.
Huge place. So she is going to be talking a little bit about the mindset shift that happened from going from corporate America to creating her own business and how that is going for her. So Rachel, thank you so much for taking the time to have a chat with me. I really appreciate it. I know we're a huge time difference here, so I really appreciate that as well. So do you want to just introduce yourself, let everybody know where you're from, what your background is, and then we'll take it from there.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, thanks for having me, Tara. This is amazing. I'm so excited to be on here with you. My name is Rachel Erickson. I am based out of Northern California. I have had a long career in the apparel industry. So I come from corporate America, working for retail and outdoor industries, helping to build their apparel lines. My background is started in the technical design side of the business, which is much more like, I explain that as like the engineering side of apparel. So we kind of figure out how the apparel gets put together, how it fits on the body, how the geometry of the patterns all work. And that is very closely correlated to development in apparel, which is a lot of the paperwork that's then associated with that. So filling out forms, working with the factories to make sure that the factories understand all of the different pieces and parts of the garments, how they go together. In about the last 5 years of my career in corporate, I was more on the business side. So I started to learn more about revenue planning, putting together a line plan. I was put into a product management role. And that was also when I went and got my project management certification. So I am a certified PMP project manager, helping teams with process, timelines, and budget. So that's kind of how I started my career. I've been doing that for 15 years. Just back in October, I decided to leave corporate America and decided to start my own company. My company's name is Unmarked Street, which actually comes from Dr. Seuss's "Oh, the Places You'll Go." There is a line in there that says, you will come to a place where the streets are not marked." And that just kind of felt like exactly where I was in my career. There was a ton of potential and I didn't know where it was going to take me, but I was ready to go down that street. So I feel like that's also where a lot of companies tend to be in the apparel industry. A lot of them are chugging along at a pace that is just, it's kind of unbearable. We're seeing a lot of burnout, which is true across all of corporate America. People are kind of just doing it the way they've always done it. And what I'm kind of here to say is that there can be a new way to work on your apparel business by kind of reducing the amount of product that you make, taking some workload off of your team, reducing that burnout. And believe it or not, I've seen that actually increase people's revenues. So that's what I'm out there doing.
Yeah, 100%. And it's very much part of my mantra as well. It's like, creating more freedom so you can earn more while you work less. And I know that is a really alien idea to so many people because I come from a corporate background as well, just like yourself. And it's like this go, 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 go.
Yeah.
And it's that go, 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 go that causes the frustration, the burnout, because your employees are exhausted.
Yes,
And they can't actually perform to their true potential. So that's why then when you work less, you as you said, you create more revenue. So Rachel, I am sure for you, October 21, I'm sure it's a real pivotal month for you. But what made you decide to go from corporate America to starting your own business? Like, did you have fears? Did you have worries? Did you have doubts? Or did you just know deep down inside that this was something that you were destined for?
A little bit of both, honestly. I had a ton of fear. It was something that I had been on my heart for about 2 years, actually. I started thinking about building my own company back in late 2019. So it was a long process of nights and weekends putting together my business plan, starting to think about saving up some money in case the company didn't take off as quickly as I wanted. My husband and I talked about it a lot, what it would look like, how many hours I would be spending, what we would need for me to be doing to make sure that we could continue to live our lifestyle. And it was very nerve-wracking to kind of go out on my own. I was extremely lucky with amazing people surrounding me in my industry, reaching out and helping me to find some of my first contracts. And I'm very blessed to have that in my life, and that they came out exactly when I needed them to, and the business really took off. But I think there's also this part of me that even from when I was a little kid, always was just really ambitious. I always really wanted to just kind of do things my own way, whether that was good or bad. And so I think there was an itch kind of inside of me to work for myself and to start something on my own too.
Yeah, yeah, I love that. I love that. But something you said there, and it was a vision. Like you knew exactly how you were going to work this. Like you knew what time you wanted to spend on it. You knew exactly how, X, Y, and Z. And I think for a lot of people, that's the missing link. They feel like they're stuck almost on this hamster wheel and they can't get off it because they're doing the work, but they can't
Yeah,
understand why on earth nothing is moving, or they can't get off that roller coaster, if you like. But that's very important because you literally had everything mapped out exactly the way that you wanted to have it, how that looked like. And that is absolutely key, having that vision for your business and knowing exactly what you need. And it's not by accident that those people came into your life that
yeah,
were able to help you with those contracts. That was because you knew exactly what you want, and you put it out there, and you get what you are, not what you
yeah.
want. So amazing. Like this is such a phenomenal story. So yes, like did you have that element of fear, and what was it that made you like literally just crash through that fear, that terror barrier, and just going, I'm doing this?
Yeah. The fear was definitely there. I honestly got my burnout situation in 2021 was really extreme. I actually fell really ill in the summer of 2021, and nobody quite knew what was wrong with me. There was no diagnosis that anybody could make physically.
Mm-hmm.
And so it turned out to be completely mental. Like I was working myself to the bone. um, Part of that probably was this thing on my heart, wanting to go work for myself and knowing that that was something that I was planning to do and wanting to do. And I just felt like I wasn't in the right place anymore, and I needed to kind of graduate and grow and move on. And I think it was that illness and kind of my body telling me, like, it's time. It is time for you to go do what you need to do so that you can become mentally healthy again and be better. So that was huge for me.
Yeah, yeah. And that's so true as well, because sometimes we think whenever like adversity like that happens, we think, oh my God, you know, what's wrong with me, and all this kind of carry on. But really and truly, the universe knows things, for God's for universe, whatever it is that you believe
Yep.
in. They know things, they see things that we cannot see. So that was a redirection for you rather than an adversity. That was for you to say, okay, I get it. I should have listened.
Yes, yes.
2 years ago. I get it now. I'm going to do that, because that's what happens. Because it's, this want inside, it doesn't stop. So
Yeah.
unless you listen, and like so many people are afraid, like I've just done a video earlier on fear. So many people are afraid of what might go wrong. And actually, 85% of the things that we worry about never actually happen.
That's so true.
You
It's
know,
so true.
So it's pushing past that fear, because deep down in your heart that this is something that you were truly destined for. And I think for anybody who's listened to this call today, if you have something in your mind that you
Yeah.
truly want to do, guys, just go for it, because life's too short not to.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Yes.
Not to, So Rachel, in closing, like what would be your top, say, 3 tips to people who are who are teetering on that edge or on that cliff, and it's like they don't know whether to jump and
Yeah.
do that thing that they truly want to do.
Yeah. Well, number one, I am a big believer in planning. I'm a project manager. I have a business background. Putting together a business plan, knowing your numbers, knowing how you're going to hit those numbers, like how many clients do you need to go get, or how many things do you need to sell to be able to hit those numbers that make you feel comfortable and make that fear go away. Putting those things on paper and kind of putting that out into the universe, planning what the ideal scenario looks like to me is number one.
Yes.
Number two is very much along those lines, but to just keep a positive mindset. It's amazed me how much just being positive and thinking, this will happen. I am going to make this happen. It is going to be a success, really turns into things manifesting. All of a sudden I've got more client calls, or if I don't need more clients at the moment, it's turning into different opportunities in different places. So I think keeping that positivity going out into the universe is definitely number two. And I think number three, you kind of mentioned on it, like there are so many things to fear. And as I'm growing in my business and continuing with my business, new fears pop up every single day. Like there's always something that I'm just, will this go right? Will this not go right? And, even this call, I'm nervous to get on and talk to people on live because it's something I haven't done before, but you just kind of have to take baby steps and keep doing things and just try it. And I think, imperfect action, I've learned, is better than no action at all. And even if you take a step forward and it wasn't exactly what you wanted it to be, at least you did it and you probably learned from it. And if it was a huge mistake, now you know it was a huge mistake. So I think continue just going, and believe it or not, things will just start to fall in place and come together.
Absolutely. And I love what you said there about, the imperfect action.
Yeah.
Because that's so true, because nothing moves without action.
Yeah.
So like, there's no point like you sticking an address into your sat nav, but unless you get off the street, unless you
Yes.
it won't tell you where to go.
Yeah.
So it's the same with our mind. We have this success mechanism inside our mind,
Yeah.
but we've got to take action, and it will course correct all of the time.
Yeah.
All the time. So it's, it's not that, because I think people fear failure as well. And it's like let's reframe failure as, okay, I just found 10 ways that didn't work, but it got me to the one way that actually does work,
Exactly.
because if you hadn't have done the 10 things that didn't work, you wouldn't have found the one way that actually did work.
Yes.
And something else that you said there as well about you have fear every day, that is 100% the truth. Everybody does it at every stage in life, but it's, are you willing to push past that? Are you willing, just as you said, to know that it's going to work out, to have that faith, to really, really put your trust in, right? Everything is always working out for me. That's what I always say. Everything is always working out for me. And it's the truth, but it's a choice. It is a choice. So you could decide to stay here and not be happy, and like this time next year think, oh, I'm still in the same position, I should have done this or I should have done that. If that's the case with you right now, don't worry about it. Past the past. But from now onwards, you've got a choice. And yes, making a life change is scary. I done it a number of years ago as well. I left an accountant role and I started something new, different. And it is scary, but it was one of the best things that I ever done. And Rachel, I would say you would agree that this is probably one of the best things that you've ever done as well.
Yes, absolutely. Everything is just kind of beating expectations at this point, and I've never been happier. So yeah, it was a game changer.
That's the key. Your own happiness. That's like no money, no material things, nothing else will take the place of your own happiness.
Yeah.
And that comes from in here. It doesn't come from a car or a house or a holiday or material things. It comes from in here, but it starts with you and doing the things that you love, doing the things that light you up, doing the things that you want to do, because more often than not, people are doing things that they think other people want of them.
Yeah.
And they're not staying true to themselves. Okay. And, especially as parents and as a mom, for me, like we used to always think that was a bad thing. I should put my family first, but no, it's actually a really selfless thing to do, because if you are going out and you're chasing your dreams and you're going after what you want, you're inspiring your children growing
Yeah.
up behind you. So it's a really selfless thing to do. But listen, Rachel, thank you so much. I literally could talk to you all day long.
I know, same here.
I don't know what you were nervous for, because you were absolutely brilliant.
Oh, thanks.
So, Rachel, if anybody who's watching this call wants to connect with you, what's the best way to do that?
Yeah, definitely. So you can go to my website. It's unmarkedstreet.com. I have a contact page on there. You can message me. I'll get an email. You can also find me on LinkedIn and direct message me on LinkedIn. We have our business page, Unmarked Street, and I'm connected to that, Rachel Erickson, on LinkedIn.
Fantastic. So what I'll do is I'll actually get the links from you, and when we post this video, I'll pop the links up underneath the call.
Excellent.
So Rachel, thank you so much again. And for those of you who are watching, if you do have any questions, put them in the chat below, and I can send them across to Rachel. So have a wonderful day, and we'll talk to you all later. Bye.
Thanks, Sarah.